Hello everyone. So this is the second episode of our cooking game. So here we are going to set up a simple control panel for our stove, and here I can turn on and turn off. When I turn on this space where we show the intensity of the flame becomes green, and this power button itself also becomes red. And if I press again, now it's off state, so you can see this is again white, and this green backlight is also turned off. So this is created with the widget blueprint, and it's displayed in the workspace, so it acts like the control panel of this store, but this is a widget. So we are going to set up this widget, and then we are going to enable inputs for that, and later on we are going to use this plus button and minus button to control the intensity of the fire provided to the pot. And as we increase and decrease the intensity, these bars will appear and disappear to represent how powerful the flame is. So that part is not going to do today. Today we are going to create the widget and add it to this stove blueprint and enable inputs for that. That's all I'm going to do in this episode. Alright, so before we get started, let me remind you that here is the first episode of this, and also you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects that I have done in my channel from my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything without any limits, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description. And this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for your support. Alright, now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so here is the simple stove that I have created, and I'm going to add a control panel for this stove, and this is the design, the simple design that I have created. It will have a power on button and two buttons to increase and decrease the heat or flame or whatever the power provided to that. Alright, so I'm gonna create this as a widget. So first, let me just save an image of this, and then here I'll create a folder, blueprints, and within that I'll create another one, stove, another folder, and here let me import that. Right, so here is the stove panel. So now let's create a widget. Widget blueprint, WPP stove panel. Okay, now here let's add the canvas. Now let's add a board, and as the image I'll use this one. No, oh yeah, that would work. So as you can see, this is a bit stretched, but that's fine. Maybe I can wrap this with the size box. So I set override width and height, but it's not taking any effect because we don't have a canvas panel. So let me add a canvas panel here. And remove the border. Let me add the image again. Actually, the size here is this 1570, and we rename this as reference. Now this is just to get the scaling correctly. So here, let me select this box and this, and let's convert this into a blueprint. Right now I'm not sure if I should make this pot also a part of this blueprint. So let's select only these two parts and convert selection to blueprint. I'll choose harvest components, and under blueprints I'll call it PP stove. Now here we have a blueprint, and this is replaced with the PP stove. So if I go here, oh actually that's the facing direction. That's fine. Right, this is the forward. So I'll rotate this. Okay, and here I'll add a widget. Print, and as the blueprint I'll set as the settings. Here I'll select store panel. So it's quite big, but to match the size I'll give the same size as the image size I used, and then we can scale this down. So still too big. Okay, this size should work. So don't worry, I'm gonna convert these into interactable buttons later on. Right now I just want to get the look, just to get the feel of how it's going to look in the game. Right. So let me rotate this. For rotation, let me move it. Disable snapping. Okay. Alright, this overlap's good enough. Maybe I want to make it a little bit more smaller. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so compile. Now this is how the control panel is going to look within our game. And rotate that. Okay, if I play the game, this is how it would look. Okay, now let's start creating the actual blueprint. So this is the reference, therefore I'll make this a bit transparent because I only need this as a guide. Alright, now to start creating the actual widget, let's add a border first. Enter it. And set the size same as this reference. Oh, I can actually copy this. Yeah. I'll put the reference down so we can still see that. And the border, let's make it black. Maybe let's draw it as a rounded box. And the outline, right? These are the settings. So we have a nice round curve on the edge. And for the buttons, to add these buttons and everything, let me add a horizontal panel, horizontal box within this border. Okay. And the first thing I need is a button. Add a button. Go to the style, normal, image size. We need to mesh with this size. So let's first set the padding to set match the edge. Okay. And then size. Okay, that's close enough. And it doesn't have to be white. So other than opacity, I can make it transparent. No, this one, the background. And get the outline. Yeah, draw a surrounded box, outline settings. I'll copy the outline settings from the border so it matches. Right. I'll call this PTN power. So I need to add this texture. I think I already have downloaded something that works. Yeah. Right here is the icon. So alright, now it takes the size of the image. Okay, these settings work for the image. img. Oh, that's one button. And let me duplicate this. So to match this gap, instead of 90, 70, yeah. And here we don't need an image. I just need maybe some text. btn race. Same as before, I'll adjust the size. Minimum width 70, and I'll center this. And hit btn increase. I'll change the sign to plus. Obviously, it should go over here. Wait a second. Let me see how it's starting to look. Yeah, it's coming great. So now this part, this bars part. So to add the bars, maybe we should add it within another border. So let's create a border. And here. As image. Instead of this, I'll use these settings. Set the brush color to green. Set. Okay, I added this much for offset for this border. Now, maybe let's adjust this after adding these bars. So for that, I'll add another horizontal box. Well, actually, maybe let's just use some image. So let's export from our Photoshop. Here is the image. I say this. The bus. Okay. Set the image to use only this. Center align and horizontally align and vertically align, and apply the same settings for the background border as well. And the border padding, I don't really need any padding. Set the image size. Okay, so I set the size to 500 by 270. So this is good. The only thing missing is I need to make this a bit rounded. I like to make it rounded. So let's go to this border and copy outline settings. Come here, draw as rounded box. Let's outline settings. Okay, cool. Now everything is widgets, and so I can either remove or make this invisible, the reference. So here it fully looks like this. And if I go to the game, this is how it looks. But you see you still see this reference. So maybe make it fully transparent. So even here we see it correctly. Okay, so now here we have our widgets as a control panel of this stove. Now the next step is making this interactable. So right now when I play the game, maybe you should put this on a table. So to make it easier for me to interact, here I'll go to this view. Or let me just get this camera. Set its orientation. Here with 20. And let's go to the level blueprint. This camera. 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐾𝐿. Get the reference to 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐾𝐿. Set this as the view target. Get layer controller. Set view target with blend. And new view target. This. All right. Now let's see if I play. Yeah, this is the view I get. Yeah, this. But it doesn't look very good. Maybe I should adjust the field of view. Let's switch to this camera. This view is better. So now as you can see, I don't see the mouse, so I can't really click on these buttons. But there is a way to enable that. What we have to do is, again here, set the player controller, show mouse cursor. Set show mouse cursor to true. Then set input mode, game and UI. Actually, I'm not sure if it is necessary to have this step. Now I will see the cursor. Oh, I was piloting the 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐾𝐿. Let me check from that. Now when I play, this is the view I get. Here, yeah, I do see the mouse cursor even when I play, but still I can't click on this. So now let's go here, and there is some option to receive this receive hardware. Let's try that. Yeah, see, now we can actually click on these buttons and you can see the outline disappears. That's because on hover, I think we have some different settings. Yeah, I'll copy the normal settings to hovered and pressed as well. And then I'll copy the style of this button to other two buttons. Let's see. Yeah, now it does not disappear, but we don't see any interaction when I click on them too. So I can foreground. Let's change the hovered outline color to maybe green. So we see something. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. So I'll change this background color by default to something like this. So when I start, if it is not on, this is how it appears. So now let's add, when I press power, I'll make this green just to show that this is powered on. And also, actually we can add some button here, maybe some red button. That also can be a border. This. OS. Rounded box, yeah. 40 by 40. And the color would be black by default. And when I turn it on, it should become red. That means like the tint outline here should become like this. Okay, so well, let's call it. I'll make it a variable, and then I'll add one click event to this power button. Get the power bulb. So here, this is just a simple demonstration. I'll add a flip-flop and set brush color of this to red. And if I click the power bulb again, I'll make it black. like this. All right, let's test. No, this does not need to be a border. Let's replace this with, well, we can replace this with an image, but still, what's not appearing? Let's use this set. Now brush color set. Actually, we should change this into a image. That should make things easier. I can't replace this with an image. No. So I'll copy the slot properties and add image. This paste as rounded box. Okay. By default, I'll make it something like this. No. Right. But with a bit darkness. And then IMG power. Set color and opacity. And make it full red. And then dark red to show that it's off. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I have used the wrong way reference. Actually, that's also fine. What's the name of this image shine for? I'll call it power bulb. Okay, actually what happens is because of this anchoring here, it get misplaced. So that's fine. It's not necessary. So I'll remove that. And here, I was by mistake using the power button, but that is fine. So I'll switch the off color back to white. So this should work properly. See, now it's on. This becomes red. Off. This is white. And I'll rename this border no, intensity. And here the color is this brush color. Get that. Set brush color. I'll update that to, when it's on it should be green, when it's off it should be whatever that color, default color, which is this. and here it should be green. Okay, let's test that too. Yeah, now it's on. This is red, this is green. Turn off. This is white, this is gray. Okay, so next time let's work on these power buttons, this increase and decrease buttons, and then based on that, the heat provided to the pot. Let's work on those controls in the next episode. So thanks for watching. As always, updated widget files will be available for download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in another episode. Goodbye.